I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, oh, this is the part of the sermon where pastor tells us, well, it doesn't even matter if you vote because we're all going to die anyway and we'll go to heaven and this world's just a blink of an eye, so vote Jesus on your ballot. But I wouldn't do that because, again, I shared with you before, like I've got my political convictions. I've got my political leanings. So those that know me well, probably seen some of those come out at times. On top of that, though, the reason why I wouldn't say that to you is because I believe as followers of Jesus, not only are we called to not just sit around and complain about the problems in our world, but we're actually called to be a part of the solution. Check out how Jesus talks about this. Matthew 6, verse 9 through 10 says, this then is how you should pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Point being, listen, Jesus didn't just come to die on a cross so we can just sit back, kick up our heels and count down the days until we go to heaven, but rather calls us to be a part of this kingdom invasion of bringing some heaven down to earth. Look, you want to have a good filter of knowing what to stand for politically or not? I think this is a great filter right here. Is what I'm voting for, what I'm passionate about, is it helping to bring some heaven down to earth? Some more joy down to earth, some more grace down to earth, some more mercy down to earth, some more compassion down to earth. See, the encouragement in this, what I'm trying to get us to see is, listen, this encouragement has never been to not get involved in it. It's that you and I don't have to be enveloped by it. Because the truth is, whether or not your guy or your girl wins, sometimes we just need to be reminded and remind ourselves that we serve a God who never loses. As you need to know, God is not going to be up all night eating popcorn on election night, watching his favorite news network, sweating over the election results. Now you and I might be, but I can assure you he's not. Even if the numbers maybe start going in a way he might not want, safe to say, he's not freaking out, running around heaven going, oh myself, what are we gonna do, right? Because he knows. He knows what we gotta get, that no matter who sits in the White House, it doesn't change who sits on the throne. As this might surprise some of you to know, but the Bible's full of stories and accounts where we see God not just working through some very godly leaders, but catch this, many times, in fact, oftentimes, working through some of the most godless leaders. In fact, we see this throughout history in Scripture. Think of guys like Nebuchadnezzar and Pharaoh and Herod. I mean, these incredibly flawed, imperfect leaders that God still used and worked through to bring about his perfect plan for humanity. So yes, vote, yes, pray, yes, get involved in it. But don't ever allow yourself to be enveloped by it, by giving to Caesar something that doesn't belong to him, which is your hope. Which brings us to the last thing. We'll wrap up with this that we got to get. And that is, never give away to Caesar your ability to reach others. Your ability to reach others by choosing ahead of time. That's I encourage you so much. Listen, to just choose ahead of time that even if your candidate loses, be sure the church wins. And to be clear, when I say church, I'm not talking about an institution. I'm talking about the mission. This kingdom mission to bring to a world full of a lot of bad news, the good news of Jesus and his grace and his mercy and his forgiveness and this life that's found in him.